So boys, we are back to more Madden NFL 19 Redskins franchise mode, and last episode was that Patriots game, and we somehow won that game 10-7, the game-winning field goal, the walk-off field goal by Dan the Man Bailey of all people. So Dan, gotta love him as he got us the W, and now we're 3-2 on the season. Moncrief has an upgrade, so we'll do that quick before we go and check anything out. We saw the stats in the last one, don't need to go do that, but possession or red zone threat, or even slot. Or even deep threat as well. Dante Moncrief, the deep threat. Or possession. You know what, we'll go with possession. How about that? There you go, now he's 80 overall. Hallelujah. Now, we'll go and see what else you need to do. Any more upgrades for any players at all? Paul Richardson's still out for a week, I think? Yeah, 1 week. Okay, so he's back in a week. Let's go see his status. Hopefully we could play him in the next week. Or it brings up the little thing about how you can go and risk playing him. And he might get injured even more. But I doubt that'll happen. I think he should be ready completely for that game against the Panthers next. Week 6, facing off against the Panthers this week. They're 3-2. We're 3-2 as well. Paul's back. Zach Brown's back. The team is finally coming in on their own here. And our starters are finally back, so that's always good. But we'll go and see our position in the NFC East. And hey, we're actually second place. But we're behind the undefeated Eagles, which is not a good sight for us because we want to actually go and beat them. And they're a very good team. So we'll go see if we can match up against them later on this season in Week 9. But we'll go and see the Panthers first and see what kind of a team they have this season with Cam Newton. I wonder if they still have any of their big players there. They still got Cam, obviously. They have Brett Hundley there at backup quarterback. Okay. Bryce Petty at third. Running back, still got Christian McCaffrey. Got Spencer Ware at backup. Running back, Alfred Morris, the former Redskin. Receiver-wise, Devin Funchess, DJ Moore, Seth Roberts, Drake Davis, the rookie. He's looking pretty good. I think he has a different development, is he? Oh, he's just normal. Okay. We have Bryce Butler, Curtis Samuel. Tight end, still got Greg Olsen there, 34 years old. Ian Thomas at backup. Left tackle, they got Arion Stevens at 70 overall. Left guard, their offensive line is bad besides right tackle and right guard. We better murder them this week, I swear if we don't. But left end, they have Dante Fowler Jr. Right end, they have Coney Ely still. At D tackle, they got Short. They got Don Terry Poe. At D tackle, left is a linebacker, they got Shaq Thompson. Middle, they got 99 overall Luke Kuechly. That is insanely deadly, holy. Right outside linebacker, you got Sherman Cole, the rookie, 21 years old, 77 overall. 79 overall, Bradbury at cornerback, and Seymour. And free safety got Rapp. Strong safety got Brooks. Kicker, they got Graham Gano still. And at punter, they have Pilardi. So our team looks pretty good compared to the Panthers, so hopefully we better win that game. I'm looking through the draft class here. This is our draft class for the 2020 draft, I believe it is. So we have Edibali there. We have Miles, Mears, McGrath, Randall, Esponda. Then we got Russell Rose, Chandler Carney. Like, we have some quarterbacks in this draft that are looking pretty nice. And you also have, from Ole Miss, a strong arm quarterback, Spencer Thibodeau, 6'5". He's a big boy, and he's a mid-second round talent on there. We got Tyrone Meyer there, the cornerback. Anyone that's really interesting here, really. I don't know what we need to really draft this season, to be honest. You could probably find some more offensive line depth and talent. That's what I'd say. And then we could probably see what we can get, if we can get a good receiver or something in the draft. Our linebacking core is pretty good for the next couple of years, I'd say. So I think we're fine there, unless you can find a better linebacker. D-tackle, probably should get a D-tackle just for backups-wise. And let's see, is there anybody else here? We got Nate Mullins here for scouting. Late third-round talent. We want to get a guy in our scheme, so that's a good thing. We got to scout some guys in our scheme. And Sean Browning there, D-tackle, in our scheme. Clayton Mason there, free safety. He's part of our scheme as well. But that's all the scouting points this week. Now it's facing off against the Panthers. The Panthers 3-2. We're 3-2. Facing off at FedEx Field. And yeah, we better win this game, though. We got our two starters back in Zach Brown and Paul Richardson. So we'll see what happens this week against the Panthers at home. And we actually go and shut out the Panthers 28-0. We actually shut them out. We won a game. Thank God. Alex Smith, hell of a game. 214, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 137.5 passing rating. Cam Newton got got dumped all over there. 187, 2 picks, 0 touchdowns. He put up a big goose egg on the scoreboard and a 46.1 passing rating. That's good for a 55% completion percentage. Whereas Alex Smith, 86% for completion, damn well near 90 there. Holy, he did well. Darius Geis, over 100 yards for the first time this season on 20 carries, 1 touchdown, 5.4 average yards per carry. Christian at 59 on 12 carries. And Jeremy Hill there, 57 and 14 carries, 4.1 per average, and 1 rushing touchdown as well. So our running backs did very well against the Redskins. Receiving yards wise, we'll go lead by that. Paul Richardson, 73. He led the day there. 8 receptions and a touchdown. Seth Roberts, 70. Dante Moncrief, 50. 47 and 3 receptions for Jordan Reed and a touchdown. 40 for Greg Olsen. 24 for Vernon Davis. 21 for DJ Moore. Anyone else down there? And 9 for Jamison Crowder. Blocking wise, let's see our blocks. Anybody let up sacks at all? No sacks let up by both teams, at least when it comes to blaming the offensive linemen. But 10 tackles for DJ led the day, 10 for Bradbury, 9 for Seymour. I want to see our own Redskins tackles here. We had 5 from Patrick, 5 from Devin, 4 from Quinton Dunbar, 4 for Kerrigan. Let's see sacks, actually. No sacks, okay. And then 1 pick by DJ and 1 pick by returnee Zach Brown, fresh off the injury list. And he had a tackle as well. Kicking-wise, no field goals made by either, or even attempted by either kicker. Punting-wise, we have 1 punt by Tress, 2 punts by Pilardi. Kick return-wise, nothing there. And punt return-wise, nothing there as well. So we dominated the Panthers, like I actually said we would. And now we're facing off against the Jets this week here in Washington as well. So back-to-back home games. Maybe we could take the W against the Jets. The Jets, they are a team that is, what's the record now at this point? They are 1-4, so we better win this game against the Jets because we're hot. 2-game winning streak. Our offense is playing well. Defense is playing well. We're hitting on all cylinders at this point, so I think we're finally hitting our stride at this point in the season, so that's good to say. Anything else you need to do? We'll go take a look at the Jets. I want to see how bad they are. I want to see if Sam Darnold has done much of anything so far with this Jets offense. Sam Darnold's still a 76 overall, 22 years old. What kind of development does he have? He is quick. Okay. Sees intangibles. Not bad. Deep accuracy needs some work. He's a good quarterback, but I don't know if he has much of a team around him. He's got AJ McCarron at backup and Trevor Siemian there at third string. Running back, they got Latavius Murray. They got Kerwin Williams. Fullback, nothing much there. Wide receivers, they have Robbie Anderson. This dude I want so badly on my team, but I don't know if the trade value is too much for him. Plus, they have Jermaine Kearse there, 83 overall, 29 years old. Eric Decker on the team. Darius Stewart, Griffin Stevens, and Hanson. Tight end, they have Noah Font. They got Beecham at left tackle, Cooper at left guard, Frank at center, Brown at right guard, and Shell at right tackle. They do not have an offensive line at all. The way our defensive line is playing, or defense in general, we better murder the Jets in this game. I swear if we don't. Left end, they have Leonard Williams. That's good. Right end, they have Henry Anderson. Not bad. D tackle, needs some work right there. Left as a linebacker, got Jordan Jenkins. They have Avery Williamson at middle, and right, they have Ishmael at 69 overall. Then they have Josh Norman, who we traded Josh Norman for the rights, for the draft pick that selected Trayvon Mullen, so I'm pretty happy with the outcome we got there. As Norman, he's pretty much ending his career here in the Jets organization, and it's not looking good right now at the record they have. But regardless, they have Jermaine Johnson, and they have E.J. Gaines. They have some good corners, actually, for the most part, so that's kind of the only good thing they have with this team. Free safety, nothing much. Strong safety, they have, this is Jamal Adams, he's good. Kicker, they have Matt Bryant, he's good as well, and Lack Edwards at punter. So their team, it's pretty bad. We better destroy them in this game. If we don't, I don't know what's going to happen here at this point. Scouting-wise, we'll do some scouting, then we'll go sim that game against the Jets. And just as I said, spoke it into existence. We destroyed the Jets, 31-14. No mercy was shown in that game. We were up by 17 points. It's a pretty good lead, I guess. But regardless, Alex Smith, back-to-back weeks, 0 picks. I'm loving the progression here. 4 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, 196 passing yards, a 111.8 passing rating. Whereas Sam Darnold, 215, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 71.3 passing rating, 59% completion percentage, whereas Alex Smith had a 54. Rushing-wise, Darius Geis, 86 on the ground, 21 carries, 35 for Jeremy Hill, and 35 for Latavius. Receiving yards-wise, let's see that. 80 for Eric Decker led the day and 2 touchdowns. 78 for Jordan Reed, 72 for Robbie Anderson, 50 for Kurz, 46 for Moncrief and a touchdown. And Jamison Crowder, 39 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns on the day. Hell of a game for Jamison. He got a lot of targets, at least for touchdowns. But 33 for Paul Richardson on 3 receptions, 15 for Vernon, and 13 for Latavis. Then, blocking-wise, it looks like Beecham, Brown, and Frank led up sacks. None of our offensive linemen were blamed. Defensively, 11 tackles for Jamal Adams led the day, 10 for Tremaine, 7 for Quinton Dunbar. I just want to go by our Redskins. 7 for Dunbar, 7 for Zach Brown, and 1.5 sacks. So Zach Brown, ever since he came back, a pick, 1.5 sacks, 8 tackles, not that bad of production there out of him. And, oh yeah, Dunbar, 2 picks in the day. Good for him right there. And 6 tackles for Kareem Jackson, 6 for Devin White, and 1.5 sacks. 5 for Jonathan Allen, 5 for Monte Nicholson, and so on down that list. For sacks, 1.5 for Brown and White, 1 for Preston Smith. And picks-wise, just as I said, 2 for Quinton Dunbar on the day. Kicking-wise, Dan Bailey, 1 for 1 on the day, 36 yards out was his longest, obviously because it's only 1. 3 punts for Tress Way. Kick return-wise, nothing much there, and punt return-wise, nothing much there as well. So, another day, more dominance by our team. 3-game winning streak. We would have had a 5-game if we didn't get destroyed by the Cowboys, but that's just another topic for another day. Bears-wise, we're facing off against them this week in Week 8. But another thing that's notable about Week 8 is that it is our trade deadline for this season. And this team, it is clicking on all cylinders at this point. We're doing well. I'm liking it. I'm liking what we're doing. But we do still need to improve this team a little bit. I just want to see this injury first. Injury-wise, it looks like Allen's out, and Arakpo's out 3 weeks. No! 2 injuries that are not... Ugh, gotta hate those. So Allen's out. We have no depth at right end. Right side linebacker, we have Preston Smith to step in, so we're good at that. And even, what's his name? Our backup left outside linebacker who I drafted this last draft. Terrell Lewis, that's right. So... at this point, should we go and start Lewis? Or just leave in Smith? Actually, I'm just going to leave in Smith. I think we're fine with him. But right now, I'm looking around, and there's a lot of upgrades to be done. So, at least only 2 upgrades, but still, it's a decent amount. But right now, we have Devin White there getting that upgrade, his first upgrade of his NFL career. Should we upgrade field general, pass coverage, run stopper? Pass coverage, run stopper. We'll do our scheme. We'll fit our scheme. So now Devin White's 79 overall. Upgraded that block shooting, man coverage, play recognition, and tackling. Not bad right there. Then we have Trayvon Mullen. Mullen, it should get him up to an 80 overall. Should we improve his man-to-man coverage, his slot, or his zone coverage? Slot. Best route runners. Yada, yada, yada. Best in man coverage. Yeah, we'll probably go... We do play a lot of zone, though. That's the thing. Even though it's just our scheme fits man-to-man coverage, you just play a lot of zone. So we'll just go with man-to-man coverage there. Just go with the scheme. 80 overall now for Trayvon Mullen. Matches what Greedy Williams had at the draft, so I'm happy with that. Anyone else here? Any backups that need any upgrades? You gotta look through this quick. So no upgrades for anyone else, but right now we're actually 5-2 on the season. Or 5-2. At this point in the season last year, I don't know what our record was, but we only won like 6 games, or even 5 games in the season. I can't remember how many we won, but we only won 5 or 6 games. We've essentially matched that at week 8, so I'm very happy in our progression from last season. Right now, we're only 1 game back of the Eagles, or they're 6-1, so hey, we're doing well. Not that bad at all for us at this point. So Bears are facing off against then our Eagles. That's going to be a very good big game there in week 9. Which is not that bad. What else should we do here? Bears. It is trade deadline. We got to check out that as well. So we'll go take a look at our needs for the team because we got to improve. Even though our team is good, we still have a lot of improving to do because we faced a lot of bad teams in this 3 or 4 game winning streak at this point. Because the Jets, they're easy peasy. Then who else did we face off against? The Panthers, they're an easy team as well. Patriots, they weren't easy, but I mean, we won that one in the gameplay, so it doesn't really count too much at all. Cowboys got spanked. The Lions were an easy team. Giants weren't easy. Dolphins were easy. So essentially, we've only won against easy teams besides the Patriots this season. So you can't really be proud of our record yet because we have to face off against the Eagles, the Packers, the Eagles again, the Giants, Cowboys, and the Vikings. And there's some tough teams there. If the Vikings are good this season, that is, for that matter. They're terrible last season for some reason. But they have talent this season, so they are better. But yeah, Cowboys wouldn't be easy. Vikings wouldn't be easy. Giants wouldn't be easy. Same with the Eagles. Niners even, for that matter. Bills might be easy. Packers won't be easy. Eagles not easy. Bears easy. So, take a look at some of this. We'll go look at our options here at this point. Okay, so before you do anything crazy with trades, I'm going to go see our re-signings. So you can re-sign Sheriff, Swearinger, Ioannidis, Doxson. That's a big question mark right there too. Kareem Jackson as well. Vernon Davis is on the market as well too. So we could think of maybe trading Vernon. Because this season, to be honest, I don't think we have a team built for the playoffs at all. Like, compared to the rest of the talent in the NFL. We can get lucky and make the playoffs, but I don't know if our team is Super Bowl ready to face off against the likes of the Steelers, the Eagles, the Rams. I mean, our team is not that good enough to face off against those teams. So, at this point, I also want to re-sign some of these players like Brandon Scherf right off the bat immediately. How much does he want? He wants $36 million, or 52.1 on 6 years. We'll give him a $6 million salary. Raise is up to 8.85, and I think that's good enough. Come on. There we go. Okay, so Brandon Scherf is back for 6 more years. Got him until he's 33. DJ Swearinger there, 88 overall, 28 years old. Not bad at all. He wants 14.4 mil over 4 years. That's a pretty good offer there for DJ, I'd say. I'd say maybe give him 3.9. Resist about 10. That's a pretty good offer, I'd say. There we go. Okay, so DJ's back as well. So we got DJ, we got Brandon. Ioannidis, I got to bring him back as well. He's a good part of the team. He wants 4.8 million. Okay. This is kind of bad. He is the 25th best left end in the league, but he wants 4.8 million. That's more than DJ, but I guess it is about positions too. Brandon Scherf got 6. He got like 6 million, essentially. I might wait on that. I might sit on it a bit. Doxson, same thing right here. He wants like 4 million, and he's not even a starter. So, I don't know about Josh. I might have to, take him out behind the barn. But we have Vernon Davis. Even him too, actually, at this point. I want to get some value with some of these players if you were to trade them. At this point, Josh Doxson's done nothing for this team, at least because he hasn't played. And I think Doxson deserves a place where he can actually play starter, because we have our 2 starters in Paul right now and Jameson at this point. So Doxson, I think it might be time to go and sell him off to a different team, give him an opportunity, because in Washington he's got no opportunity to go and grow with our starters taking up the way. So at this point, put up our boy Josh Doxson on the market and see who wants him. Okay, so he's wanted by the Bengals. What else? The Buccaneers got medium interest. Cardinals want him. Who else wants him? Colts want him. Then we have a lot of red. Niners want him. We got the Jets that kind of want him. Packers kind of want him. Panthers kind of want him. Patriots want him. Okay. He has a small contract for a good overall, so that's pretty good. Ravens want him. Saints kind of want him. Seahawks want him. Texans want him. Titans kind of want him, and Vikings want him. So he's wanted by a lot of teams in the NFL, so that's kind of good for us. So at this point, for our team needs, we do need some backup offensive linemen, I'd say at least. Linebacking-wise, I think we're good for the most part. I don't know why it says we need linebackers. Center-wise, we have Braden Smith. I wish he developed faster, but he hasn't developed yet. But he's been doing well, though. He hasn't let up sacks. Our offense has been doing well, so I think we're fine with Braden Smith for now at center. We'll see what the situation is in the offseason, if he's growing or not yet, but right now it says we need a free safety. We do not need a free safety. We have Abram that can go and slot in at free safety because he's a backup strong safety, and he's not going to be playing if DJ is playing all the time. So we can always slot him in at free safety to go and start if we need him to, but Monte Nicholson's holding down the fort at free safety, I'd say, so I think we're good with that. But right now, I want to see, because he is a wide receiver, Moncrief is good for a backup kind of role there. Same with Eli. And then we have Traquin and St. Brown as well. What else could we do here? Moncrief. We could probably fit another guy right here, I'd say. If we can get a solid, like, 83 overall guy, that'd be nice. But let's see the Viking. I'll go see what each team has, and then we'll kind of find a trade. Okay, so I was thinking hey, maybe we need a minor upgrade at receiver, and I think Alex Smith needs some more weapons. So he went and picked up a pretty considerable weapon, I'd say. So in Will Fuller the fifth from the Texans, they traded Dawson, a 4th round pick, and a very, very last corner on the depth chart, Duke Dawson, for Will. And Will's got some very good stats on him that I love to show you on here. I'll take a look at Will Fuller in his Redskins uniform. So receiving core looks way more deadly now with the 95 speed, the very electric Will Fuller the fifth. 95 speed, 85 catching, 83 catching in traffic, 87 deep route. This dude is fast, and he is got normal development right now, so he's good for now. He's under contract for, I believe, a couple more years at a very cap-friendly contract of like 2.3 or 2.4 mil, something like that. On here, contracts, cap at actually 1.43 million for 5 years on there. Okay, but it does raise up eventually in like the 2020s and stuff. But he's making pretty good money for what he is worth in right now. Is Will Fuller there now on the depth chart? He's 25 years old as well, so he's very young, and he fits in well with the team, I'd say, with what we're trying to do around here. But regardless, there he is in his Redskins uniform, and very, very speedy, though. That's why I got him. He is the man. So we have a very speedy receiving core at this point. We have 95 overall speed. Fuller, Richardson at 94, 91 Crowder, 92 Moncrief, and so on down that list. Then we have to go deal with some more issues right now. So we just upgraded Dawson because we didn't really need him necessarily. And I wanted to get an upgrade over him anyway, and he was on his last year of his deal. So got an upgrade regardless, but Vernon Davis there, he is in his last year of his deal. But I don't know if Vernon Davis is worth anything, so we might as well just keep him as our backup tight end. He's been doing well, and I like him, so we'll leave him there at backup tight end. And I think, let's go see the rest of the team when it comes to re-signing if we have to make any decisions here, because I don't think that we have to make any more decisions. We have Ioannidis, Kareem Jackson, and that's pretty much it though for people. So I think we're good for now. Ioannidis, should I just re-sign him at 4.8 million for 5 years? I don't even know idea. I might just wait until later on down the road at this point, because I think we're fine for right now. But we are 5-2, facing off against the 2-4 Bears. The Bears, their team, I think Trubisky is not really developed yet too much, so I think we should be able to have an easy time against them, but we'll go check out the Bears. Oh yeah, that's right, they do have Terrell Taylor. They're 82 overall, 30 years old, 75 Trubisky, and 73 Patterson, 87 Howard at running back. Receiver-wise, they have Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel. Actually, pretty good receivers, underrated there. Tight end, they have Trey Burton. Left tackle, got Leno Jr. Then you have 82 overall Whitehair. Center, you got James Daniels. Right guard, you have Kyle Long. Right tackle, they got Ruby. 86 overall Akeem Hicks at left end. And then right end, they have Jonathan Hankins at 85 overall. D tackle, they got Goldman. Then at left inside linebacker, they got Aaron Lynch. Middle linebacker, they got Roquan Smith. Right, they got Floyd. Corner, they have Fuller and Callahan. Free safety, they got Eddie Jackson and Gethers. Then strong safety, they have Amos. And kicker, they have Santos and Taunt at punter. This team is actually pretty underrated for the most part, actually. Like, their offensive line is pretty good, their linebacking is good, and their secondary is actually not bad. So, we have our work cut out for us this week, basically, against the Bears. And we're on the road as well. So, let's go see this game against the Bears. Hopefully, win. It's a heartbreaking loss there. We lost 20-17 against the Bears. Sucky day right there. I think we got destroyed pretty much when it comes to all stats. I guess Alex Smith, 221, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 100.4 passing rating, and a 67 completion percentage. Where is Terrell Taylor there, 277, a touchdown, 0 picks. Then rushing-wise, Geis had 56 and 18 carries, 42 for Jordan Howard, 23 for Jeremy Hill, and 21 for Mike, and a touchdown. Receiving yards-wise, Taylor Gabriel, 96. 76 for a newcomer, Will Fuller, 5 receptions and a touchdown. So, hell of a debut for Will Fuller the 5th, but we lost that one, so it kind of sucks there. But 66 for Allen Robinson, 63 for Jordan Reed, 53 for Paul and a touchdown, 40 for Miller, 35 for Trey Burton and a touchdown, 27 for Crowder, 21 for Howard, and 10 for Kunn, and so on. Blocking-wise, we had 1 sack led up by Kyle Long and Braden Smith. Defensively, we had 10 tackles by Bryce Callahan, 10 by Danny Trevathan, 10 for Roquan Smith. Let's see our team. Our team, we had 7 tackles by Zach Brown and a sack. So Zach Brown has been playing so well since he's been back from injury. It's so nice having him back. But Trayvon Mullen had 7 tackles, 6 from DJ, 6 from Kerrigan, 6 from Devin White. Then sacks-wise, we had 1 sack by Zach Brown on the day only. And picks-wise, no picks. Kicking-wise, 1 for 1 for Dan Bailey, 47 yards out. Punting-wise, 5 punts for Tressway. And kick return-wise, nothing. And punt return-wise, nothing as well. So, I don't know how we necessarily lost that game. I guess we just got outplayed by the Bears. Turnovers-wise, 1 apiece, so nothing much there. Red zone conversion, 100%. Time possession is in their favor. I don't know, this game is somewhat close when you look at it. Yeah, I don't know. The Bears outplayed us, essentially. That's how we lost. Neither team played bad. Just 2 good teams facing off against each other at this point. So, we're facing off against the Eagles this week. Tough team to beat right there. So, let's go see what the record is. They're 7-1. We're 5-3. The Cowboys are 5-3, so we got to catch up with the Cowboys here. They're doing well ever since starting off 0-3 and winning against us. Giants are 3-5. So we have the Eagles, then a bye, then the Packers. The Eagles, we already know their team. They have an insanely good team. They won the Super Bowl back-to-back years so far. They won it last season, so we're facing off against the Super Bowl champs this week in our division. Yeah, for right now, they have Carson Wentz, 89 overall as their starter, 80 overall, Nick Foles at backup. Running backs, they have Jay Ajayi, 88 overall, 81 CJ Anderson. Receivers-wise, they have Alshon Jeffrey there. They have Aguilar. They got Anthony Johnson, who's super underrated. Kendall Wright. Then they have tight end. They have Zach Ertz still. They have Rico Arama at left tackle. Left guard, they have Wisniewski. Center, they have Jason Kels. Right guard, they have Brooks. Right tackle, they have Lane Johnson. Left end, they have Brandon Graham. Right end, they have Michael Bennett. At D tackle, they have Fletcher Cox there still. And Tim Jernigan as well, so they're stacked at D tackle. Nigel Bradham at left. Middle, they have Jordan Hicks. Right, they have Jordan Jones. Corner, they have Darby. McLeod Jr. at free safety. Strong safety, they have Malcolm Jenkins. Kicker, they have Jake Elliott. And punter, they have Jordan Berry. So, they're a very good team. Super Bowl champs last season. I don't know what's going to happen at this point. Brian Arakpo has been cleared. Same with Jonathan Allen. But at a cost, though. So, I'm not going to play him this week. We'll rather play him healthy 2 weeks from now when we're facing off against the Packers. So, anyway, let's go face off against these 7-1 Eagles. And see if we somehow win this game at FedEx Field. It was not a good week at all for us. 45-17. We got destroyed in that game in all facets of the game. Carson Wentz, 5 touchdown passes against our defense, 269 passing yards, 133.9 passing rating. Alex Smith, 189, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 52.6 passing rating, along with a 40% completion percentage, whereas Carson Wentz has 68. Rushing yards wise, Geis had pretty much nothing. He had 40 on 13 carries, 43 on 19 carries for Anderson and a touchdown, and Jeremy Hill had 10 rushing yards. And Jeremy Hill had 10 rushing yards. Receiving yards wise, we had Jordan Reed led the day there, 65 on 5 receptions for 2 touchdowns. Ertz had 60 and 2 touchdowns. Alshon Jeffrey had 60, Crowder had 55, 45 for Jeremy Hill, 37 for Kendall Wright and a touchdown, 34 for Nelson Aguilar, and looks like Moncrief is left without a catch, and Will Fuller was left without a catch as well too. So not that good of a week. Paul only had 2 catches for 18 yards too, so our offense just did not work at all in that game. Blocking-wise, no sacks let up by either team. Tackling-wise, 13 tackles for Zach Brown and a tackle for a loss. Trayvon Mullen had 9 tackles, Devin White had 7, 6 for DJ, and down the list for the Redskins, we had 6 from Dayron Payne, 5 from Quinton Dunbar, 5 from Kerrigan. Sacks-wise, no sacks, and picks-wise, we had no picks as well. So our defense did not play well at all, I guess. 1 for 1 for Dan Bailey, 53 yards out, so a pretty good field goal right there from Dan. Punting-wise, 5 punts for Tressway. Kick return-wise, nothing, and punt return-wise, nothing as well. So, just a bad game all around. Did not work out at all for us. We're going into the bye, losing 2 in a row. Our team is still in the positive or above 500, so that's all it really counts at this point. Cowboys now 6-3. They overtake us for second in the division. And yet again, it's looking like playoffs are going to be not positive for this year after what the Cowboys and the Eagles are doing this season. But we're on the bye. before I do anything else, check a look at the transactions from the week 8 and see if anything really happened in this league for trades. Trades-wise, we have our trade, and looks like the Bears trade Terrell Owens to the Lions. Okay, that's a trade. Richie Incognito, that was our trade. So it looks like 5th and 7th round picks were exchanged, and 3rd round pick was exchanged for Terrell Owens to the Lions. It's not bad. And other than that, though, nothing at all really for trades. It's kind of sad, actually. There's a lot of re-signings, obviously. We got like John Kunn, re-signed by the Bears. We have John Kunn, re-signed by the Bears. Joe Schobert, re-signed by the Browns. We have John Smart to the Lions, the practice squad. Anyone else, really? There's that our trade. Brian Scherf, re-signed by us. Vernon Hargreaves, re-signed by the Bucks. DJ Humphries, re-signed by the Cardinals. Mike Pouncey, re-signed by the Chargers. Remy Tunzel, re-signed. Austin Hooper. Shaq Lawson to the Bills again. Case Keenum, re-signed by the Broncos. Okay, that's a pretty notable one. Kendall Fuller, re-signed by the Chiefs. Matt Hack, re-signed by the Dolphins. Ashawn Robinson, re-signed by the Lions. Anything else, really? David Onyemata, re-signed by the Saints. 4 years, $22 million. That's pretty good. Barkevius Mingo, re-signed by the Seahawks. Joe Hayden, re-signed by the Steelers. Charles Clay, re-signed by the Bills. Devontae Parker, re-signed by the Dolphins. Nelson Aguilar, re-signed by the Eagles for 4 years. Vic Beasley, re-signed by the Falcons. Anything else notable? Marquise Pouncey, re-signed by the Steelers. Demarius Randall, re-signed by the Browns. Dak Prescott, re-signed 4 years, $77.5 million back to the Cowboys. Jake Elliott, re-signed by the Eagles. Malcolm Jenkins, re-signed by the Eagles as well. Edelman, re-signed by the Patriots. Jared Goff, re-signed to 4 years, $82.2 million. He's getting paid. Anyone else? Steven Gostkowski, re-signed by the Steelers. Joey Bosa, re-signed to a 6-year, $90.2 million contract. Hunter Henry, re-signed by the Chargers, 5 years, $37.5 million. Deion Jones, re-signed, 6 years, $49.9 million. Sterling Shepard, re-signed by the Giants. Matt Bryant, re-signed by the Jets. Aaron Rodgers signed to a 1-year, $37.2 million contract. Tom Brady re-signed 1 year, $33.8 million. So it's looking like Tom Brady could play another year after this, it looks like. Possibly. Broncos re-signed Demaryius Thomas, 3 years, $30.8 million. Russell Wilson re-signed 3 years, $102 million. Wow. Big Ben, 1 year, $24.2 million, stays with the Steelers. Artie Burns re-signed the Steelers. Lamar Miller re-signed by the Texans. AJ Green re-signed 3 years, $46.1 million. Brad Wing re-signed. Anyone else? Chris Harris Jr. re-signed by the Broncos. Emmanuel Ogbah re-signed by the Browns. Jameis Winston re-signed 4 years, $70.6 million by the Bucks. Tyreek Hill re-signed 4 years, $53 million to the Chiefs again. Colts, Eric Ebron, 4 years, $25.6 million. Sean Lee re-signed. Carson Wentz re-signed 5 years, $140 million. Wow. That's insane. Well, not insane because he's good, but I mean insane because of that amount of money. But Jalen Ramsey, 5 years, $59.5 million to the Jaguars still. Leonard Williams, 5 years, $51.5 million. The Jets. Glover Quinn re-signed. Kenny Clark re-signed. Gronk re-signed 5 years, $48.3 million. Amari Cooper re-signed 4 years, $53 million. Who else? Michael Thomas re-signed by the Saints, 4 years, $61.5 million. Bobby Wagner re-signed 5 years, $42.1 million. And the Texans, just before, or a couple weeks before we traded for him, re-signed 4 years, $35.1 million. Jordan Howard re-signed by the Bears. Anyone else really on this list? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh yeah, and that trade wasn't even close to that trade deadline as well. The Terrell Owens trade is a couple weeks back. Other than that, though, nothing else at all. So, big re-signing so far this year in the NFL. Dak Prescott, I remember. Carson Wentz, I remember. $140 million. That's insane. Okay, so we're on the bye. We'll go and sim to the next week and see what's going on. Jonathan Allen is back. That's nice to see. And we'll go and sim and see those Packers. Okay, so Rakbo's back. We have Allen back, so it's not bad to see our team, like our players finally healthy again. Dayron Payne has an upgrade. Cool. So let's see Dayron. We have Run Stopper, Power Rusher, Speed Rusher. We'll probably go with our scheme, just go run stopper for now. Might as well just improve that. Then, what else? Do we have any more upgrades at all for this team? I don't think we do necessarily. We have a lot of players in our scheme, just noticing that right now. A lot. Arakpo, nothing there. Offensively, anything for Will? Nope. Doesn't look like it right there for any offensive players. Braden Smith, nothing. Nope, no other upgrades on this team. So, let's go take a look at the Packers and see what season they're having. Right now, I think they're the same record, 5-4. Not bad, not bad. I want to see what Aaron Rodgers has around him this season in Green Bay, because he got re-signed 1 year, so he's content coming back to the Packers. I want to see what kind of offense they have. So Aaron's 35 years old, 98 overall. Backup's Josh McCown. Running back, they have TJ Yeldon, not that good of a running back. Jamal Williams. Looks like Montgomery's gone. Receiver-wise, they have Devontae Adams, 93 overall, 26 years old. That's crazy to see that. 84 overall, Randall Cobb. 77 overall, Bruce Ellington. Jamon Moore, 70 overall. Tight end, they have Jimmy Graham, still 81 overall, 32 years old. Left tackle, they have David Bakhtiari. Left tackle, they have David Bakhtiari. Right there, I'm just gonna call him David Bach. David Bach, 98 overall, 27 years old. Left guard, they have Chance Warmack at a 71 overall, 27 years old. Then they have Corey Linsley, 77 overall at center. Then 75 overall, Ross Pierschbacher there, 75, right guard. Bolaga there at 77 at right tackle. Muhammad Wilkerson there, 83 overall at left end. Right end, they have Mike Daniels. D tackle, they have Kenny Clark, 94 overall. Wow. I remember acquiring him on my Browns franchise mode in Madden 17. He was a beast for us. But left to linebacker, still have Clay Matthews there, 83 overall. Then in middle, they have Blake Martinez. Right, they have Nick Perry. Corner, they have Jair Alexander and Kayvon Webster. Then at free safety, they have HaHa Clinton Dix. Then at strong safety, they have Josh Jones. Kicker, they have Chandler Catanzaro. And at punter, they have J.K. Scott. So their team is not that bad. It's pretty decent for the most part. That kind of matches up with our team. So right now we're 5-4. Looks like Cowboys are 6-3, so we're 1 game back with them. Eagles are 8-1. Okay, so not bad. Eagles lost the game finally, looks like. But college, we'll go and scout. Then we'll go and sim that game against the Packers and see if we can finally beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Our team is not having good luck at all. We lost 17-14 against the Packers on the road. And it looks like we dominated, though. How did we lose, really? So we lost. Yeah, just lost by a field goal. Could have been last second, too. But Alex Smith, 285, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers, 194, and a touchdown. So both quarterbacks played well. Completion percentage-wise, 79 for Alex Smith, pretty good. And 68 for Aaron Rodgers. Rushing-wise, 66 yards for TJ Yeldon and a touchdown, 51 for Darius Geis and a touchdown, 45 for Jamal Williams, and 20 for Hill. Then receiving yards-wise, 103 for Devontae Adams, 75 for Jordan Reed, 63 for Will Fuller V on 6 receptions, 56 for Jamison Crowder, 46 for Paul Richardson, 45 for Bruce Ellington and a touchdown, 26 for Cobb, 21 for Geis, and 13 for CJ Stevenson and a touchdown, our rookie fullback. Then blocking-wise, we have 2 sacks led up by Morgan Moses, 1 by David Bach, and 1 by Trent Williams. Then defensively, we have 12 tackles from Jake Ryan. We have 10 from Clay Matthews and 2 sacks. I want to see our team, though. We had 9 from Zach Brown, 9 from Mullen, 7 from Arakpo, 5 from Quinton Dunbar, 4 from Kerrigan, 4 from Allen, and a sack when he's back from injury. 4 from Monte Nicholson. I'm going to see our sacks, though. Only 1 sack from Allen on the day, and interceptions-wise, 0 picks. Kicking-wise, Dan Bailey missed 3 field goals. No, that's how we lost, is because Dan Bailey, it's hard seeing him play bad, because he's a good kicker. But he made his extra points. But he missed 1 from attempted up to 49 yards and 2 from beyond 50. That's kind of understandable, I guess. But still, he's a kicker. He has to make those kicks, though. That's how he lost. Even one of those kicks would have tied it up. And that one, the one that he missed from inside the 50 was on his fault. Basically, it was his fault. But the one he missed from inside the 50, it's just, You have to make those ones, though. From beyond 50, a little bit more understandable, but he's a kicker. He has to make those kicks, and that's how he lost. But regardless, tough loss. We're facing off against the Bills next week, and that will be the gameplay episode. It's a primetime game, Monday night, 8:30 p.m. against the Bills at home. We're facing off against, hopefully, a team that is easy to beat, because I want to win against the team for once. And they're not easy to beat. They're 7-3, so we're going to have a hell of a team on our hands here in the Bills, because they're a team I underestimated. So let's go see their roster and see how they're this good at this point of this franchise mode. So Teddy Bridgewater, 79 overall, 26 years old, ahead of Josh Allen on the depth chart. He must be having a good season. But LaShawn McCoy, 87 overall, 31 years old. They stole Ty Montgomery from Green Bay, but he's 83 overall. Then, receiver-wise, they have Kelvin Benjamin, 85 overall. They have Adam Humphries, 81 overall, 26 years old. 80 overall, Corey Coleman. 77 overall, Brandon Coleman. 77 overall, Chris Conley. And 76 overall, Zay Jones. Tight end, they have Charles Clay. Left tackle, they have Greg Little, who is a beast. I think they drafted him like 7th overall or something. Left guard, they have John Miller. Center, they have Brett Jones. He's a beast. Right guard, they have Trey Hopkins. At right tackle, they have Jordan Mills. So their offensive line looking pretty weak for the most part, besides Greg Little, and is personally just me, Brett Jones. But in the low 70s is not good for an offensive line. But left end, they have Shaq Lawson at 78. Right end, they have Jerry Hughes, 81. D tackle, they have Al Woods and Star Lou. I'm just going to call him Star Lou. Left outside linebacker, they have Pernell McPhee, who they stole from us last season. Middle linebacker, they have Tremaine Edmonds. He's a 71 overall. Right end, or right outside linebacker, they have Matt Milano at 77. Cornerback, they have Tre'Davious White, 92 overall, 24 years old. Then at free safety, they have Jordan Poyer. Then at strong safety, they have Micah Hyde. That's how they're a good team. They have a solid secondary right there. At kicking, they have Mason Crosby from the Packers and Colton Schmidt at punter. So they're a pretty good team, though. It looks like at least their secondary is good. Their offense is pretty bad for the most part, at least offensive line-wise. And the receiver is not as good as ours, basically. So this team, I have no idea what's going to go on against this team. We'll go and... So the Bills, I have no idea what's going to happen with them. They're a team that looks... Like, if you underestimate the Bills, you're probably going to be in some trouble. But right now, as it is in the NFC East, the Eagles are 9-1. They're untouchable. 6-4 Cowboys. We're 5-5. We're a game back. And you have the 3-7 Giants there, who are not playing well at all this season compared to last season. But anyway, the Bills game will be the next episode. So make sure to like and subscribe for more Redskins franchise mode. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.